It's the crypto weekend where we're going to see what's going on with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Sol, Doge, and a few others here on the channel. Let's go ahead and take a look first at Bitcoin. Okay, so Bitcoin is just hanging out just below $100,000 right now at $99,947 at the time of this recording. It's doing a bit of a flag sort of pattern here that we've seen in the past. This pattern actually has broken to the downside before, so that's something to keep in mind. Average force is coming down, but it did pop up a tiny bit, but it's done that before that led into weakness as well, so I wouldn't get too excited about that specifically. You can see that the stochastic ribbons here are getting kind of wispy, and while this is what I'm looking at here and what I'm looking for on this move here, right? I'm looking for the slow one to stay overbought, and I'm looking for the fast one to start come down and create flags before returning up and driving higher. So I would be expecting maybe some kind of flag here. Maybe we revisit the mid 90s and then go charging up over $100,000 again. But of course, if we close out over $100,000 on the day or even on the weekly, here I'll take a look at that in a second, I would expect it to drive higher. You can see here on the Pi cycle top, we still have all the way up to $126,000 before we even get to that top moving average. And in the past, when we did our tops here, we have gone over it significantly, like in January 2021, which was which is basically next month in the cycle we are currently in. So this was January after the halving year, right? We were up how many percent over it? Let's see. This was where the Pi cycle top was. This is January 8th. The peak was 78%. 78% above the Pi cycle top. Now, are we going to do that right now? Probably not, because let's go see what 78% on the Pi cycle top would be right now. And of course, it's going to be higher when it gets above that. 78% on top of this thing is way up there. 78% is, that's close enough. $226,000. Do we think it's going to hit $226,000 by January? Personally, no, I don't think that's likely to happen. I'd be looking at something more like a 35% above that, honestly. And for the year end, I'd be looking at maybe $120,000 to $125,000. So I'm expecting it to hit that new all-time high, which was at $100,000. And then from there, maybe do like another 20 to 25%, like at most, before having some kind of curl over. But right now, this is probably the highest I'd be expecting would be like a 30%, maybe even a 25% over the Pi cycle top there, which would be at $160,000. And if we go back in here and we go to the weekly and I go back to my cup and handle that I've drawn out on Bitcoin here before, this one, you know the one. This one right here, cup and handle, right there. The drawings are getting kind of out of hand. We'll fix that here in a but anyways, I'll show you the cup and handle. So here's the bottom of the cup right here. Here is the handle of the cup, and we take the midline to the top of the handle there. And that takes us to $132,000. That's kind of where I'm expecting this cup and handle to go. And once it gets up to $132,000, that's where Bitcoin needs to start creating a new bullish pattern, because that candle one has been burnt. Okay, I mean that cup and handle has been burnt at $132,000. Then it needs to start making a flag or an inverted head and shoulders or some kind of other pattern that indicates that it's bullish still once it gets there. So that's the thing that we're looking at right now. And this is a callback to the SPY, honestly, and how it had its mega cup and handle, which I don't have a lot of drawings on here right now, but mega cup and handle, which was right here, which went over the course of years. We had our cup, handle, and then boom! That's what we're looking at Bitcoin right now. Now, the Bitcoin one is a lot uglier than this one, but it is present. And if we do this handle here, you can see here, we actually went above it, right? We came above. So the midpoint is at the top of the handle on the SPY here. We came right up to it, fell, came above it, came back to test it from the top, and then continued on higher. Every step of the way, that was a signal that we were going higher anyways. And it did go a bit higher than that. How much higher than it did it go? So this is where it was. Above the cup and handle area, it did another 6% so far. And it did it off of this right here. I'll show it to you. This bull flag, basically. It did a little bull flag right there. And that was your bullish call right there. So when we got this big mega green candle in here, and then it fed back a tiny bit, that was your buy zone for the SPY. Okay, anyways, that's what we're looking at Bitcoin right now on the weekly. Okay, we're looking at that cup and handle. Oops, I got the wrong tool out. We're looking at that cup and handle to drive it up to $132,000, and then we're looking for a bull flag or something else like that once we get there. Okay, so that is Bitcoin. Let's take a look at Solana. Solana, what is Solana doing? I actually don't like this right now on the daily. This looks like a bear flag. Yes, it does. Yes, it does look like a bear flag. Okay, so Solana is in a little bit of trouble here. So average force is in the negative, but it is getting less than the negative. However, if we look at the stochastic momentum, the stochastic ribbons here, we've got the slow is pointing down. Now it has gone flat, and the fast was dropping quickly and then came up. Now if the fast turns purple again, or pink again, excuse me, turns pink again, yeah, then that is indicative of a bear flag, and then we come back down and visit $200 on Solana. So don't be super surprised if we were to visit $200 on Solana. Okay, and let me do a drawing here that will help. This right here. We need to beat that line. We need to get above that line, and then that ends up being a double bottom, and we drive right back up to the previous all-time high, which was at 265 and beyond. If we fail at this line, and then we come back down to, say, 222, and we fail at 222, then we're going back to 200. Okay, that's what's going on with Solana. And again, if you've been with us a while, you know I own Solana. I own a decent amount of Solana. And the 21-day moving average, 232.36. That's what we got to stay above, 232.36. We break 232.36, we're going to come down to 222. And if 222 does not hold us, we could come all the way back down to about $200, which is where the 200-day moving average is going to catch us. Okay, so keep your eyes on that for Solana. You might get a new entry for Solana. Let's talk about Ethereum. Ethereum has been driving up real nice lately. So we had a rising wedge and we broke out above it, and we're testing it from the top here. Now this is where things get interesting with a falling wedge. So this is a classic annulling of that wedge. But so the concerning thing here is that if we end up coming back down and riding this line here, that's very precarious, because that would show that we could break it. And if we were to break that line, we would dramatically and quickly fall to the 21-day moving average. Now, I do think we're still in bull territory. I do think we are still likely in the intensity of a bull run here going into the middle part of December, because December is often and frequently a bullish month. January is often more of a toss-up, but bullish. But December is generally bullish. So I do remain bullish this month. I do think that we'll probably continue to drive up. As long as Ethereum holds a 5-day moving average, I am not going to be very concerned. And you can see we're here in overbought territory on the stochastic ribbons, but it can stay there. It can stay there. As long as average force doesn't go much lower than 0.33 here, I'm not too concerned about Ethereum at all. Let's take a look at the weekly. Oh yeah, that's good. That's really good. Yeah, Ethereum. I'd say Ethereum, the lowest Ethereum is likely to go is probably 3,600, which would be the 5-week moving average at most. And well, I mean, it'll catch the 5-week moving average by the time it gets there. Yeah, otherwise Ethereum is going to be a rocket here, especially when we take out this little move right here, 4,100. When we take out 4,122, we are going to go back and run for the high. And Ethereum is lagging. It has not touched the high yet. Its previous all-time high, much like Bitcoin and Solana both have. So Ethereum, I think, is next in line to touch its all-time high. So I'm actually pretty bullish about Ethereum, and in turn, BitDigital, because BitDigital is the largest public holder of Ethereum right now. So that's why I like them. All right, Doge is wow, Doge is hot. Look at that thing; it's way above the top ATR band. Doge will not quit. Yeah, I have a little bit of Doge still, so I bought back into a little bit of Doge at about 40 cents. It's at 46 cents now. I did not buy nearly as much as I did last time, because it's really on a heater right now. It's really just so hot it won't stop. So I've not added more to my Doge. I got like $100 worth of Doge right now, and it's up, I don't know, like 25% or something. I like where it is, but I don't trust it. You know, I just can't bring myself to buy more of it at these levels. They're so elevated. The weekly is insane. This is a bit of a rising wedge right here. And let me see if the computer figures that out. Let's see, all chart patterns. Double top, actually. It's showing a double top with a target at 24 cents, which is below the 200-day moving average. I don't think it would do that. It'd probably catch it at 32, 33 cents and then start turning around again, because you better believe all those degens out there are going to be buying up Doge if it gets all the way down into the low 30s. Yeah, I don't think it's going to get much lower than that. Low 30s, people will be gobbling this thing up like crazy. So yeah, it does have a bearish pattern coming through on Doge. I am weary of it right now. I am also seeing this. I'll show you. Let me draw it. I'm also seeing, how much drawings do I have on my Doge? Not too many. All right, great. I'm also seeing this right here. See that going up? And let's see this kind of coming in like that. That's a bit of a rising wedge there. If we were to lose this trend line to the downside, we'd hit the 21 with force, potentially coming back down to the 382, which is currently at 35 cents. So I would be looking at the 382 here on this fib that I've drawn. The 382, it hasn't come back to touch it yet. I'd like to see it come back to touch the 382, which is at 34.8 cents, 7 cents, and that's where I would be considering loading up on Doge, depending on where in the cycle that happens. If that happens in like February, you better believe I'm not touching it. If it happens in like late May, early June, yeah, I'd be buying this up. So keep cyclicality in mind. Cyclicality. I don't know if it's a word, but it is now. Let's move on to XRP real quick. There's a few others I want to talk about, but XRP is something everyone's very excited about. I've owned my fair share of XRP in the past. I've made money off of XRP, but not like this previous run here. That was absolutely nuts. Anyways, so XRP, you can see I've got a fib here. You can see I've got a couple of drawings on here. I was actually looking at the hourly. So I look at my entries on these for the hourly. So I try to pick like bullish or bearish sentiment off the daily and weekly for crypto, and then I go into the hourly for if it's an entry or not. So I had my entry marked here. So I had this line drawn here, and then I drew this line as well after. So once it broke this, it was coming out as kind of like a weak movement. So I drew another trend line, and I said when it breaks this, it's going to go up. I wasn't really paying attention to it, but I missed it. But yeah, if you were paying attention to it, yeah, it came in, it gave you the chance to buy after that pump right there, and then whoo, boy, you're making money. Now we're making a double bottom right here, and we crossed above the midline of that double bottom at 257 cents right now. So our big issue here is 262.3 cents there. So $2.62 basically. It needs to get up and above that. And if we close and open an hourly candle above 262 on XRP, I would be expecting it to revisit like 275, 280, maybe even run for the high. So XRP so far is still doing exactly what I'm expecting it to do, which is what IREN did back in July, which was that double top followed by a big dump. So I'm looking for XRP to come up. If it makes a lower high than last time, like if it does not break $3, you better believe I'm calling this thing down. Right now, though, it's going to keep going up likely. It's likely going to keep going up as long as it doesn't break. See this line right here? Here, I'll draw another one. So if you go to the bottom of this swing right here from this double bottom right here, which actually might be a triple bottom right there. If we draw this, this is the aggressive line. We lose that aggressive line, it comes back down to 237. We lose 237, it comes back down to the 382, which is at 229. We lose the 382 at 229, it comes down to $2 and like 10 cents or something. So that is XRP. Let's go ahead and take a look at the weekly. I bet the weekly is nuts. It's just a straight line, I bet. Yeah, yep. The weekly is just a straight line up. If you look at XRP and look at every single time, it's just done a straight line up like right here. And then it was followed by almost straight line down. And then we had a straight line up here. And then we had almost a straight line down, followed by a straight line up, and then a grind down, followed by a straight line down at the end. So do be careful with XRP right now. Same thing here, straight line up, straight line down. So our next move here is likely a what? Straight line down probably. So don't get, where the heck did how did this get so screwed up? Hold on, let me reload this. Okay. Let me get back onto XRP. Okay, so yeah, we got a straight line up on the weekly, and the next move generally is a straight line down. So don't get too crazy with this. Now, if it breaks above this previous high over here from December 3rd, that is what I'm going to say, wow, things are going to get bullish again, and it may even run for the previous all-time high, which was like 330 something back in 2017. This thing has not hit a new high since 2017, so keep that in mind. What else? SUI is a big thing right now. SUI's been getting a lot of attention right now, even from myself lately. I like this move actually. I like this move. I'm not too upset. Average force is like going hard. You can see that the stochastic ribbons are kind of slowing down here, but this does look like a bull flag right here. So if we can get above 448 on SUI, I would expect it to go higher. I don't know what it's, oh, that would be its all-time high. I'd expect it to go higher. If we get underneath the 5-day moving average at $4.09, I would expect it to come to the 21 at 364. And if it lost that down to the 200 at 293, I don't really see it going any lower than 293 right now, especially where we are in the cycle. So SUI's been getting a lot of attention. I would be not surprised at all to see SUI make a bull flag here and drive higher, maybe even to the 5s and 6s here. Wouldn't be surprised by it. But of course, remember, to the downside, On the weekly, we got the 21 week at 225, the 200 week at 149. Now I don't see us hitting the 200 week in a bull cycle, during a bull run. So the 21 week would be my measure here, my baseline at 225. Like that would be like the lowest I would expect it to see it go. Now let me draw a fib from this swing low right here. And the 786 would be 221. Look at that. So if we hit the 786 on this, I'd be very, very, very excited. And if we take out the high here at 453 something, I would be expecting it to drive into 560, 639, and maybe if we get a really crazy run, potentially all the way up to $9. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at for SUI right now. In terms of SUI memes, so things are going to get a little more obscure now. So I've actually been trading this one, SUI Mon. I've been trading this one. I bought it down here, drove it up about 300-400%, sold it on like this candle right here. So I lost like 20% off the top. And then I watched it come all the way down to here and bought. And what did I buy there? Now, what am I on right now? I'm on Gecko Terminal. This is where you can get some charts for some pretty obscure cryptos. SUIMON's starting to fail again right here. So that's going to look like a double top. If we lose the 200-day moving average, I might have to cut that position and just let it fall. So we came here, the bottom was down here, this was here, it came down to the 786, which was right here, and then bounced. And that was pretty great. And it's coming back to the 786 right here. Again, so it hit the 618 and failed a little bit, so that's not great. We'd want to see it take that out for SUIMON right now. And that's going to be something you can only get using the SUI wallet. This one I don't think is verified, so you would need to use Hop Aggregator, much like you would need to do if you were to pick up some Nanrz. And that's been fun too. I can update you on that here too. That one's super, super obscure, as you know. That's the one I put together. And yeah, we get up above this 618 on SUIMON. Yeah, I would be expecting it to drive higher. Maybe even coming back up to this high here, because I don't think the meme one is quite over yet. SUIMON is exciting for now, still right now for me. Anyways, there were some others. What was another one? It was like SUIJack. There it is. Oh, JAK. SUIJack. That's that. Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Yep. 700% in the last day. Look at the SUIJack. Oh, yeah. And this is the same thing with that one pattern you need that I said from that video, right? We draw a line like this. As soon as it breaks, it goes flat for a little bit, and then it is on a timer before an eruption. So let's go into the 1 hour here. How's SUIJack on the 1 hour? This looks like a head and shoulders. So I'd stay away from this right now. So we come back down here, we draw our fib, go fib there to there. I'd be looking at SUIJack back down here at 0.0000944. That's where I'd be looking at SUIJack. If it loses this line right here, yeah, it's going to come down. But this is right now is looking like a head and shoulders. Let me draw it out for you. Got to come up, shoulder, head, shoulder. We lose this right here all the way back down at least to the 618, maybe even the 786 on SUIJack. So I actually would not be looking at SUIJack right now. Right now the pump is in, so I'm not too concerned or interested in SUIJack right now, but I am watching it. I'm watching it. If we get above this one right here, you better believe it's going to take off if we get higher than that previous high. And then that head and shoulders is nullified at that point. So that's something to keep in mind too. So if we went here, if I went from here to here, boom. Yeah, if it breaks this, we could go up. How much is that? It could do another, 58% if it gets above that, which isn't great. It's no 700%, but there it is. There's some others on here too. You can check them out. Like there's like SOG and some others. So SUI's actually been a really active meme sector right now for crypto, and that's something that I'm looking at too. And actually, I'm actually involved with Nanrz here. You can see we got Nanrz. You find that on the Hop Aggregator. You can go under Fun, or I think you could search the thing too. But it's Nanrz, and you can copy that address right there into your SUI wallet to swap for it if that's something you wanted to do. No pressure, of course, to do that. This is not a token that does anything. It's just for fun. It's just for laughs. Follow them on X as well. Let's see, Nanrz Bananas on X. I'm posting, banana-related memes at least once a day on here. And that's kind of just my little side fun project right now. If you look here on the trades, I thought this was interesting. So I didn't notice this at first, but if I come down, I think it's the first page on like the first day. I don't know who this is, but somebody bought $112 million worth of Nanrz on the first day. That is not me. I do not have that many Nanrz. That was way too much money in my opinion. This one was me right here. That was me from the dev wallet. Whenever you see the dev wallet, that's me on there. I've done a couple of buys here and there just to keep testing it and see how like price action reacts and stuff on this chart to like little buys here and there. So I've been doing that. I think it's one of these guys. What was OXF8BE79? Let's see if it's that person. BE79. Okay. Is that person? It is that person. I have no idea who that is. I really don't. But that's cool. So that was definitely this candle right here. This was me. This little candle here. That was me. And then this is whoever that person was. And then these other little candles, that's me. Crazy. But yeah, it's still a very, very, very early project. You can see it's got a market cap of only $9,000 right now. So it would be like extra super early, crazy speculative, really just based on the fact that it's funny and nothing else. Anyways, that's all I've got for you today. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Check out the Trade Cave store, link in the description, as well as the channel bio. I've also got links to the cryptos I've been playing with in their X accounts as well in the description, and have a profitable day.